We want to bring in our political expert, Doug Koopman. He's a political science professor at Calvin University. And Doug, let's get started by getting your reaction to what you watched unfold Wednesday at the Capitol.
Well, it was very disappointing, but to some extent it was a culmination of a failure of political leadership at several levels. I think people should go into public service to try to resolve people's concerns and to channel them appropriately into the right places. And election law are state-level issues, but we had many U.S. members of the House and Senate, as well as the President, suggest converging on the Capitol on the day of the Electoral College. It's completely wrong. You know, the issues here are state-level and local-level issues. And so it's really a failure of political leadership, particularly by Republican elected officials, that let this happen. And it's an embarrassment, I think, to them, and it's also a tragedy for the constitutional system.
Yeah, certainly a dark day for our country. Is there any precedent for an event like this in American history? And are you concerned at all about this kind of post-election chaos, that it could become a trend following future elections?
There have been disputed electoral college votes, but not really in the last 100 or 150 years. You know, I am concerned that the fabric of our democracy is fraying, and it's the responsibility, particularly of elected officials at local levels and state levels, to try to repair that fabric, to try to have people's concerns addressed appropriately at the right place and early on in the process, rather than really fanning the flames and kind of just watching to see what happens. Because when you watch and see what happens to a flame, all of a sudden it's out of control. And it was out of control yesterday.
It was. And Doug, back to yesterday's events, what do you hope happens next? How does the country, the two parties, how do we move forward?
Sure. Well, it was a shocking event. You saw new Congressman Peter Meyer really be surprised and taken aback by that. And sometimes a shocking event can have people work together finally after long periods of division. We did have that after September 11. We had a period of very productive work in government. And my hope is that will happen, that this shocking event will have people realize the business of government at every level is serious, and serious people trying to pursue solutions is the way to go, rather than fanning the flames of outrage.
Doug, thank you so much. Well, throughout the morning, we're on your side with the latest on the U.S. Capitol breach. If you missed any of today's headlines, you can access them on our website, 13onyourside.com. We also have extended coverage later this morning, about 20 minutes on Good Morning America.